Good morning, India. Hi, this is Amsal Puri on Spotify with Taaza Talks. Today we are welcoming our esteemed guest, जहाँ पर हम इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज और ब्यूटीफुल कॉन्वर्सेशंस को लेके आते हैं। आज हमारे साथ है एक बहुत ही पावरफुल माइंडसेट कोच जो वुमेन को सेल्फ डाउट से सेल्फ वर्थ तक सफर करने में मदद करती हैं। उनका नाम है छवि नाहर जी। हमारे बीच में हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे ताजा टॉक्स के प्लेटफॉर्म पे आ चुकी हैं और मैं उनका बहुत आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ कि वो आज हमारे बीच में है। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच। सो वेलकम मैम। वेलकम छवि जी।
Hello,
नमस्कार।
thank you so much, Anchal, for having me on this platform
थैंक्स टू यू मैम।
and giving me a medium to speak to people.
जी,
Thank you so much.
तो सबसे पहले टेल अस समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ।
So, my journey started as an engineer.
ओके।
Yeah. So, I started my career as an engineer and I did that for 2.5 years. The thing is that from the beginning, I wanted to be a fashion designer, but my father wanted me to be an engineer or a doctor.
ओके।
And I opted for engineering. And I did it for 2.5 years. But then I took my, kids were smaller, they were younger. So I started teaching them and got busy with my family life. And this
ओके।
went on for a few years, but there was an emptiness inside. I used to ask myself, who am I? And there was, a seeking inside also that I'm worth more. And I wanted to do anything at that time because, of course, I knew that a full fledged career was not possible for me with young kids. I just wanted to be productive. I thought maybe in the family business or something, but that didn't happen. And later on, I started exploring fashion designing, which was my first love, which had always been my first love. So I started with a boutique, and now my boutique is 20 years old. It grew to be very big. So it's like a fashion
ओके।
studio. Yeah, it's like a
ओके,
fashion
यू हैव अ
studio.
फैशन स्टूडियो एज वेल।
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, since 20 years, I've designed brides, their whole families.
वाओ।
And I think, yeah, clothes are a part of me. Designing comes easily to me, naturally to me. It flows out of me. And I see the person and design them accordingly. So when I see people and I design them, the thing which comes to my mind is to enhance their personality and to make them better than they look themselves and to make them look slimmer, more them, and take out their personality. And this quest, this feeling was always there in me to make them look their best, to make them feel their best. And this is what I do with my mindset coaching too.
ओके।
So I would now start with how my journey for mindset coaching started. I did Reiki about 30 years back, and then level 1 30 years back, and then Reiki level 2 about 20 years back. But after a sudden loss about 12 years back, I delved deep into the realm of the inner, inner challenges and the problems we face and why we are living life as it is. Why is life the way we think ऐसे ही जीने की लाइफ ऐसे ही जीनी है? Is there another way to live life? Since childhood, I've been an avid reader. So I've read a lot of books. And by that time, 12 years back, I had read a lot of books like The Secret and Ask and It Is Given and Many Lives, Many Masters, things like that. A lot of books like that. And about 20 years back, when this inner journey of reading started, with that exploration of the metaphysical world also started. But then 12 years back, I like told with my inner change, with that sudden loss, I sent a cry to the universe that I want a guide. It was a desperate cry. Like you read in The Secret that you ask for a master, a guide desperately, shiddat se mango, and you get it. So I asked with that need. And yes, I started getting calls from Sri Akhilesh Joshi of Cosmic Rhythm.
ओके।
He was my teacher from whom I had done Reiki level 2 7 years back. And I completely forgotten about him. Because 2 दिन का किया था ना course, so how do you remember someone? But that cry went to him. I started getting calls from a friend. And then, in a desperation, in a state of desperation, you know, telling my husband that please take me there. That was in Indore. The workshop was happening. The transformational workshop of deep memory healing and past life regression was happening. And I was after my husband. He did not agree. But the last day in the morning, without a ticket, we just put the things in the bag and boarded the plane, bought the ticket on the spot, and went there for the workshop. And those 4 days brought about a change in me. The last day just broke me open. It was as if I got a second rebirth, like a second birth. So that time, and from then, my deep inner journey started. I started having awareness of my inner world. I did n number of courses with him. I became a Reiki teacher, Reiki healer, and after several years and doing so many courses, as I was being groomed into awareness, my awareness grew to a level that now I am in a state that all the time I'm aware of what is going on inside me and taking care of it, taking care of it. And then during COVID, there was a gap because we could not go to Indore or Bhopal where the workshops were happening. I
Mhm.
joined Maitri Bodh Parivar with Dada Shriji. And that was a very deep journey. Like it was a journey which is cannot be explained. A lot of my issues were wiped off after both one, both two, both three, and I did four, I did five, and last November I did both five advanced, which had just come into being. Because now till now, both six and seven are not revealed to the world. So with this, what happened was my perception of the world changed, my inner being changed, and there was a need to help people. So in and then on Instagram, I chanced upon a woman saying, if they hurt you for the first time, it is your fault. If they hurt you for the second time, it might be your fault. But if they hurt you for the third time, it is definitely your fault. I immediately clicked on the link, her, joined Charismatic You, joined Shruti Chaudhary, and as I upgraded myself in the courses, this was a sea change in my personal practical life because practically I was lacking, I was suppressed, and I was in self doubt. So that time, with that mentoring of mindset coaching, my transformation as a as a person who expresses and who brings about a change in women and whose every cell wants to tell women that there's no need to be stuck. You're worth a lot more. And yes, I'm there for you. Like one person was there for me and changed my life. I want to be that one person for many women to help them believe in themselves, to see that they're worth a lot more, and see that they're just submerged in their self doubts and their mindset, which is not serving them, needs to be upgraded. And that has become my mission and my passion now. That is what I really want from life now and to do in life now.
Wonderful.
That gives me joy and that gives me purpose, the purpose with which I get up every morning in life now.
Wonderful. So, ma'am, most women struggle
Thank you.
with self-doubt,
Yeah.
right? So, why do you
Yeah.
think it is so common today?
Yeah. So there is a lot of things attached to why women are suffering from self doubt today. First is, let us be clear what self doubt is. It is not that the women are more, as a species, are more doubting, as a gender, are more doubting. They don't doubt others, they doubt themselves. So they are not in the person who doubts everyone. The self doubt comes from the varied roles they are playing. And if you see how women are growing up in Indian homes, they are being nurtured, they're being taught to be good wives, good, they are being told that they'll be going to another family, So there's a loss of identity there only. Do I belong here or will I belong there? Which is going to be my home? Then the second thing is women are appreciated for their marks in their careers nowadays. The modern woman is appreciated, the girl. But when she goes into another family, in a lot of cases, what is appreciated there is their cooking skills, maybe their appearance, the way they talk, and the way they bond with the new family. So there is an identity shift from being someone who's supposed to be good at studies or in a career or in extracurricular activities, who's a pampered child of a parent, a loved child, to going somewhere else where she has to fit in, where she has to prove herself. And that terrain, that life, even if it's a love marriage, is different. It's alien to her because that has not been a way of living since childhood. That brings about a cultural shock or maybe an identity shock in the woman that takes time to adjust. In that interim, a self-doubt occurs. There are women who are very strong and opinionated. They get their way, but still some members of the family might not like them so much because they're so strong in their mind. Other women who adjust, like they've been taught, a lot of women have been taught to adjust. They listen to their mother-in-law. But you know what happens? There's a very intelligent brain also inside the woman. She's no less. She's made to look less at times. That you have to follow the norms. जो husband says जो मम्मी कहेगी वो मानो. Yeah, this is the way of our house. It happens at times, not always, not 100% of the times, but most of the times. I've counseled, I've coached, women who are so intelligent. They're lawyers, they're doctors, but still at home they have challenges. Their mom-in-law expects them to clean or at least see that the house is clean.
Mhm.
The husband expects them to see that his food is to the T. Even if there's a cook, there has to be no mistake happening. The mistake of the cook is put on the woman that she is supposed to be
Mm.
taking care of this. This is her responsibility. The mom-in-law might think that.
Mm.
These things create a feeling of self-doubt and loss of identity. So there's a search of identity which creates a self-doubt. Now there are certain perceptions given by people, and you think that you have to fill this. Upon top of that, women have now career expectations. They want to be in a certain place. So when the expectation is this of other people and of that woman, but they are currently here at this level. So there is a gap, and that gap is the self doubt.
Okay.
That gap is the self doubt. That am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Do I need to improve in this area? How can I improve in this area? What can I do better? And when I do better, I'll be good. So that is the perfectionism ka keeda, that my worth is not as it should be. But when a woman realizes that अगर वो किसी चीज में अच्छी है, if she's good at something, and even if she's not good at something, she's still a fully grown independent human being, and like she is a work in progress, like everyone is a work in progress. And when she starts accepting herself, that is when the self doubt becomes dissipates. The voice becomes slower and slower and less, milder and milder it goes. So the self-worth journey, the self-doubt journey culminates in self-worth, the growth of self-worth. When the self-worth grows, the self-doubt goes down.
Okay. So many people feel stuck emotionally. How can they start rebuilding a strong mindset?
Yeah. So a lot of people, are we here, Anshul, talking about women or people in general?
Women.
Women. So you said, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, yes, please.
Huh.
Many people, many women feel stuck emotionally. So
Yes.
how can they start rebuilding a strong mindset?
So, stuck emotionally means that they are stuck in a loop, in a fixed pattern emotionally. They are feeling low, they are feeling helpless, they are feeling cornered, or they're feeling that they're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is suppression. That is suppression of their emotions. or at least that is not facing their emotions fully.
Oh.
So that is a lack of expression. Women feel stuck emotionally, and they feel more stuck emotionally because, like I told you in the previous question, there is an identity question happening among women, loss of identity, or is there's a change in identity which is happening in women. That change in identity is also a reason why women feel stuck emotionally. They are not able to express themselves because they have been taught growing up that do not express too much. Be good girls. Good girls behave. They are not opinionated. They are not strong-minded. They do not say loudly. Do not rebel. They do not question their elders or their husband. They comply. And they think that the owners of the harmony of the family is on their shoulders. Even when they have kids, they feel that the harmony, they are the nurturers. Because by nature, a woman is a nurturer. She's
Oh.
seen her mother growing up as a nurturer. So the onus she feels is on her shoulder to take care of the whole family. So she takes care. If somebody is getting angry, maybe her husband or her in-law, she will take care that let's keep calm, let's maintain the peace in the house, let's settle people down. And so at times, things have happened like they have quietened their child also and told their child also to behave in front of elders, to not express their needs in front of elders, to do not get angry, to comply with the elders. So the thing is that she is stuck herself emotionally because she is not expressing herself emotionally, and she
Oh.
is teaching also her kids to not express themselves emotionally. Then the thing is that in a parent's home, maybe she was allowed to speak her mind, or maybe she grew up with the good girl syndrome, nice girl syndrome, that good girls behave, good girls don't rebel, don't shout. And she might have seen her brother shouting, getting angry, expressing, or him being allowed to, you know, put his words across. Now, when such a guy, if she's married to such a person as a brother, maybe who's allowed to express and be vocal and to be clear and to tell people on their face how they are,
Oh.
and she's the one who suppresses. He's been taught to suppress. So what happens? There's a gap. Even the husband will now not understand the wife fully because she's not expressing herself fully. She's been told to behave. She's been told to comply and to fit in. So this fitting in leads to suppressing a lot of emotions.
Oh.
This pattern carries on in the career also. Because what is learned at home will carry on in your career also. There also, women might be at par with the men in the office, or they might even be better, but they might not be able to put their voice out in front of their seniors. And when something wrong happens, they might not be voicing it out that this is something I do not take. So what happens is they take in a lot of injustice. They let it happen to them, and they let themselves be walked over, their emotions be walked over. So what happens in such a case is slowly and slowly, when such a thing happens, the woman loses self-worth because she's walked over, she's been she's had to comply to others' wishes, she's giving into others' wishes. So she starts shrinking within herself. And when that shrinking happens, there is a lot of expression, a lot loss of expression, and a loss of self-worth. So what happens is the woman now feels that she's just worth this much. So the cage which you see of stuckness is built by the mental map of the woman, the thoughts of the mindset of the woman, the cage within which she is, that she has the key. Because that is her limiting belief that I'm worth this much, that I'm not allowed to speak, to voice out, or not to have a different opinion. So when she rises up and starts questioning things, and starts to change her mindset, that is when the key she uses to unlock that cage. And
Oh,
that is what is our job as mindset coaches, to help the woman realize that she's worth a lot.
जी. So, मैम, अगर हम बात करें मेंटल ब्लॉक्स की, तो आपको क्या लगता है, व्हाट आर द बिगेस्ट मेंटल ब्लॉक्स which is that stopping women from achieving their goals?
The first mental block I would say is if the in-laws do not agree to her working. They say that your duty is to look after the house. Or the husband says that you are supposed to look after the house. So she will question herself. She would want to work, but she'll be torn into two parts. One part of her wants to work, the other part is in guilt if she starts to work. But if she does not chooses not to work, then what happens is she is questioning herself at all times. Or she slowly fits into that chota sa shrunk mold. Okay, I'm worth this much. The second doubt is the second thing is that if I go out to work, my children will suffer. मेरे बच्चे छोटे हैं. My kids are small and they need me. I'm the nurturer. My kids need me.
Hmm.
And if I become a working mother, I will be able to give less time to my kids. But the truth is, kids learn more by example than by teaching. So when they see that their mother is a confident woman who's working so well, she's got such a good position, she earns and she's an independent woman, they grow up to be independent. If it's a woman, she grows up to be independent. If it's a boy, then he grows up to allow his wife to work and be an independent woman. Other blocks are that if I work, if and I excel, maybe if I earn more than my husband, then my husband will not take it. He will feel lesser than me. Then
Hmm.
the fourth block is what will people say? People will say that I'm a bad woman. लोग क्या कहेंगे? कहते हैं ना सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? The fear
जी.
of judgment. That
जी.
what will people say? They will say that I'm such a bad mother, such a bad wife, and I do not take good care of the house. And I'm going out to work and I'm catering to myself rather than to my family. So they have seen growing up that the mother kept herself last. She took care of everyone's needs before her own needs. A lot of women must have seen their moms giving up careers and telling them stories about it, that they were so good at what they did, but they gave up the career for the kids and the family. So they have that belief that yes, this is what a woman's role is, what she is supposed to do. Then another biggest block is that a woman goes through a lot of challenges by fitting into the new family. And with these challenges, she acquires a trait of being a people pleaser. And when she becomes a people pleaser, she's saying yes to others. That is people pleaser, is saying yes to others and no to yourself. So when she's saying yes to the family or to the guests, कि guest आए अब तो मेरे को उनको देखना है, अब मैं अपनी studies नहीं कर सकती इस समय, अब मैं सो नहीं सकती इस समय, I'm not allowed to think of myself first. I have to think of the others first. So when she's used to saying no to herself, so she would not get a good position because she's saying no to herself all the time. तो उसको आदत ही पड़ जाती है ना छोटे में रहने की, अपने को
Hmm.
सस्ते में लेने की. तो she starts thinking that she's worth very less, and then she starts doubting her capabilities.
Hmm.
She doesn't think that नहीं आता तो I will figure it out. She does not think that. She thinks that I'm worth just this much. Whereas a man, I would say, you know what happens with a man? He's from childhood is seen that he's supposed to work. So what happens that he has the mindset अगर मेरे से वो काम होता भी नहीं है पर मेरे को तो काम करना है. I have to work. So even if I'm not able, I do not understand it, I have to figure it out. Because there is no other way, he cannot sit at home. So the mindset of a man is very different from a mindset of a woman. So in a survey, it was seen that while a man in an corporate job, if he has the same job as a woman, and if he's done something and he's asked by senior that you did such a great job, and how did you manage it? He'll say, I did this, and then I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I achieved this. Even if he's taking help from others, he will say, take all the onus on himself. But in most of the cases, I would say 99% of the cases, the survey said, the women, they say that I did this, and then took help from this person, then I took help from this person also chipped in, and then I asked this person, and I asked ChatGPT, and they'll say all this, and then we together did this, achieved this. So she does not take the onus of the credit or the credit on herself. So she thinks less of herself, and a man thinks more of himself than he is.
जी.
Is there any part of the question that is unanswered? Please tell me.
No, no,
Yeah.
perfectly all right.
Okay.
So, if I talk about healing,
Yeah.
so do you believe healing from past emotional wounds is necessary to grow?
To grow, in my case, I say yes, 100% yes. But of course, everybody is not aware of what healing is. It's not a necessity, but you should do it. Because if you do not heal from the past wounds, what happens is you have to see who is talking. A person, a woman who is, repressed as a child, you will she will talk from a place of rebellion. When maybe she's not being repressed in that situation, but she will talk from a place of repression because she is wearing that lens of repression. A woman whose maybe whose wishes were cautioned as a child, and she was told to comply to the elders, will talk from a place of people pleasing. So she will talk from a place of who she has to please, who's asking the question, how do I please that guy or that woman? She will not be talking from her real higher self. Her people pleasing attribute will be talking. Similarly, someone would be talking from a place of fear because she experienced fear growing up as a child. So, till you heal your past, what happens is you have to take care of who is talking. So, I am writing a book which is coming out this month, which is
Okay.
she chose herself. And I've also launched my second book. I mean, I'm now my second book is going to be Who is Talking. My first book carries a chapter of Who is Talking, but the second book is the title is itself Who is Talking. So in this, I address all these things. At this moment, what is the color of your talk? Is it anger? Are you speaking out of anger? Are you speaking out of rebellion? Is it anxiousness? Are you speaking from a place of being anxious?
Hmm.
Are you speaking from a place of pain because you have seen a toxic relationship? So, from that lens, you see all other relationships that this person is toxic to me and I am the victim here. So वो बहुत low state होती है. When you see the lens, that is so important because till you heal your wounds, you
Mm-hmm.
will carry the persona of being a victim. When you carry the persona of being the victim, you are in a state of low energy. A
Mm-hmm.
state of low energy is a state of lack of clarity. That is a state of confusion. So in that state, the right answer will not come to you because your mind is fogged, your mental map is fogged. And from that fog, you're speaking to someone, you're answering to someone. So I suggest healing. And let's be clear here. I do not say that you heal first and then you take the step. I say that you heal while taking the step. So it is ongoing process. Healing is an ongoing process. You carry your journey forward in life, but you heal on the go because healing will help you clear your perception and then you will take decisions from a point of clarity, you will speak from a point of clarity, and you will also take inspired action, which is important to live lead a bigger, better life.
Right. So, can you share a success story from one of your clients that truly touched your heart?
Yeah. So I would say that this is about, let's keep the name as Sona. I'm not taking the real name. So Sona is a very intelligent woman, very educated, very intelligent, like kind of a extraordinary child. She was very good in extracurricular activities, debates, dancing, a good science student. She wanted to be a doctor, but she thought that there's going to be a lot of studies, and the parents told her that, see, you have to be a housewife because that is what women do. So she agreed to her parents.
Hmm.
She had big dreams, but she agreed to her parents. And then the guy she married was a very dashing guy,
Okay.
earning very well, a very dashing guy. And the in-laws, she had a, I could say, a happy marriage also, but the marriage was happy because she was adjusting. She heard a lot of things from her in-laws also, but she adjusted because she thought that was the only way. I have a younger brother and sister, so I have to. So she was of the mindset that I have to adjust, and this is the only way. A lot of women of our generation do that. And the husband, like slowly he grew very rich. She had luxuries, foreign travels, diamonds, things like that. And she was happy. She had children. What happened was one of her child was a special child. Now her past history is that her younger brother is a special child.
Okay.
Huh. So now when the child was born and was diagnosed as a special child, the in-laws blamed her badly. It was a mental torture. They blamed her to be the reason of the child being a special child, that her genes are bad. Things got so worse that she felt that she should commit, you know, and take her child with her. She is not worth living. That life is not worth living. It was a lot of pain and anxiety in her. But then I don't know how she managed. That time, maybe her husband also internally blamed her. How she managed, she grew up, she bought her son with a lot of love and care. Because माँ है, love होता है mother का. With a lot of love and care. He started going to special school. But now he's quite good. He's quite independent. He can write on his own. He can, do chota sa cooking also. And he's doing some special work also.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing special work. For him, the mother created a cottage industry in which he's doing special work, and he's earning decently. He he studied till 12th, and then he studied in a special school and is doing decent work. His speech is also much better, and now he can do certain things like going to some places himself.
Mm-hmm.
In the passing, when I counseled her about a lot of things, her mindset shifted. Till then, she felt that she was to blame. But one day, when I told her that, my dear, you did so much for the child, day and night. You took care of the special child. The child has Down syndrome. You took care of the child. And day and night, you nurtured him, you loved him when he had wounds. You treated him, you took him to the doctor, you took him to the speech therapist. You did so much. एक बार ना अपने को हाथ जोड़, thank yourself. And that lady who's 50 plus broke down. And when she realized the amount of work she had done to bring that child up, she found herself to make him accepted in society and to give him love and care. She just, her hands went like this and she broke down. deeply, matlab, sobbing unconsolably. And that is a soul on moment for her when she realized that while for 50 plus years she had been blaming herself, she had been torturing herself, thinking she's not worth it. And today, to realize that she's worth so much, she's achieved so much, given the child such a good life, worked so hard on the child and on herself and her family too, and forgiven her mother-in-law, because I counseled her for forgiving her mother-in-law also, father-in-law also, and also to improve the relationship with her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So I coached her and she learned how to forgive them, how to move ahead and have a happy life. That
Mm-hmm.
is the first moment in the life of a 50 plus woman
Mm-hmm.
when she realized that she's worth
Mm-hmm.
something, that she's extraordinary. So that was a
Wonderful.
very heart-wrenching story for me. I have many heart-wrenching stories which I would like to share. एक छोटा सा बोल दूं एक छोटा सा.
ऑलरेडी 45 मिनट्स हो चुके हैं.
Okay.
ऑलरेडी 45 मिनट्स हो गए हैं.
Yes. हाँ.
लेट्स डू वन रैपिड फायर राउंड.
Okay.
ओके, फाइन. So one word that defines a strong woman.
Resilience.
Resilience. Okay. Fear of failure. What stops people more?
So I would say it is the fear of failure.
Most powerful mindset, growth or fixed?
One sec, you asked fear of failure, which stops people more, huh? Which
Yeah.
stops people more. So it's the right question. Now please say the next question. Yeah.
Okay. So
Sorry.
what's most powerful mindset, growth or fixed?
Growth always.
One daily habit everyone must follow.
So that is inner work, journaling or connecting with nature or doing some meditation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Books or podcast?
So I have been an avid book reader, but now I am too much into podcasts. They're giving me a lot of insights into the world today.
Overthinking, problem or habit?
Overthink is a habit. We think it's a problem, but it's a habit which can be changed with right mindset. Yes.
Your favorite self-love practice?
Going out in nature, earthing, being one with nature, touching the leaves, the flowers, going near the water. That is my self-love practice.
Great.
I'm one with
So
nature then.
success in one word.
Growth. A little growth from what you were yesterday, even if you grow 0.001%, that is growth to me. And that should be a mantra for every day. That I'm better today than I was yesterday, and I'll be better tomorrow than I'm today.
Right. Uh, mind first or heart first?
Heart first, always for me.
One message to all women, those who are listening, your podcast.
So how much am I allowed to speak is me? One message me. Can I speak a few words,
Yeah, sure.
sentences, few sentences?
Please
Yeah.
go ahead.
So yeah, dear women, lots of love and power to you. So I start with saying that help is available at all times. Do not feel stuck in life ever. Never. There is no case which is hopeless. Do not lose your hope. Do not give up in life. You are worth a lot. It's just that you do not know it. Trust me that when you say yes to yourself, the universe will extend numerous hands towards you to hold you in your path forward. And I am always available to you. Choose yourself and also keep yourself first every time. You have to be the center of your world because, dear woman, you are the cake and the others are cherry on your cake. You, my dear, are the cake in your life. You are the drishta, the one who is seeing. You are the experience of your life. In your life, the sun is shining for you. The moon is shining for you. The rain is falling for you. The trees are blossoming for you. And the seasons are changing for you. Everything in your world is what you are experiencing. So see the goodness in life. We get stuck when we expect from just one, two, or three people in life. But when you expand your vision, you see that there is a lot of positive in life, there is a lot of abundance, a lot of knowledge, a lot of happiness available. You just are focusing on the wrong tap. दूसरे टैप्स में जाओ, बहुत abundance flow कर रहा है. And first of all, always keep your attention on yourself. When you keep your attention on yourself, on and on your heart, you will never lose in life. Take care of your heart, क्योंकि दिल तो बच्चा है जी, थोड़ा कच्चा है जी.
जी.
Lots of love and power to you.
Thank you so much. So it was really incredible conversation with you, Chavi ma'am.
Thank
एंड
you. Thank
डेफिनेटली
you.
एपिसोड रिलीज होते ही लिंक शेयर कर दिए जाएंगे और लिंक्स के नीचे ही व्यूअर्स आपको मैम के लिंक्स मिलेंगे. यू कैन कनेक्ट हर डायरेक्टली फॉर हर सर्विसेज, if you want to clarity, if you want to have right direction, तो आप छवि मैम से कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच. स्टे ट्यून्ड. थैंक यू मैम.
Thank you, Anchal. Thank you. It was my pleasure to be on this platform.
थैंक
Thank
यू
you for
सो
having
मच.
me.
थैंक यू.